Hey, hi, howdy, and hello friends, it's Wickedy here with Today I Learned, the Stardew Valley edition. In this video, I'm going to share, in no specific order, a bunch of random tips, tidbits, and aspects of this great game that you may not know you could do, not notice, or didn't even know was there. Now, I'm over 2,000 hours in, and I'm still learning something new, especially from all of you. It might surprise you what you've overlooked or missed. Oh, and hey friends, be sure to subscribe if you like videos like this and let me know in the comments what your favorite thing on this list is, or what you've learned. You can decorate and put crab pots in the sewers. I've built a whole recycling center in here. Unlike in the mines, these pots will not disappear and they will collect pond and river variety crab pot fish. You can use a rainbow shell or a prismatic shard in a sewing machine at the spool part, and you will be able to dye that item any color. You can refill your watering can in the sink, as well as in this trough in the greenhouse and at your fish ponds. PC and console versions have emotes. Use Y on PC to bring them up, or click in the right joystick on console. The carpenter shop is closed on Tuesdays because Robin is out of the shop and in town, but if you try to activate the shop while she's walking past the front desk around 9:40 a.m. and 7:50 p.m., you can use it. The furniture catalog that you buy from Robin is also a table object, and you can place something on top of it. You can get a dresser from Robin or the furniture catalog and store an infinite amount of clothes, hats, and rings in there. The color of your swimsuit while you're at the spa is actually determined by the color of the pants you are wearing, with some exceptions to the unique bottoms, which make them white or off-white. Prismatic bikinis, anyone? The copper pan can be used as a hat. You can place hats on your horse, your children, sea urchin, and the alien rare crow. While you can't dye your shoes, you can actually move your stats over from one shoe to another so you can change the color. You can place a sign on your fish pond to help you keep track of how many fish you have. Apart from the standard color, you can get 4 more colors to your fish ponds. Slime jacks will give you green, lava eels will give you red, super cucumber is purple, and void salmon is a dark purple. If you decide to raise a fish pond with all crabs, once it's full, you can talk to Willy to get a special gift. While you're fishing, you can push the bobber at an angle with your directional keys to help you reach further and get to those hard-to-reach bubble spots. There are a few different secret fishing spots, be sure to check them all out. Like this spot way down here at the desert. You do need a higher fishing skill to reach it. In your fish tanks, you can decorate with seaweed, stones, and or coral. If you pick up and place the tank back down, it will change how things look too, like the shape and color of the coral. You can place torches on your fences. And you do not need to chop down broken fences, you can just place a new one right on top. If you decide you don't like having your fences break down, you can actually use other objects as a fence, like tea bushes, rods, or other decoration. Just make a small fence and gate section so you can get in and out and fill out the rest. You can make your gates a double if you place 2 of them right next to each other. Gates can be a different color if you place the fence first and then the gate. It'll match either the hardwood fence or the iron fence. When placing down stepping stones, if you don't really like the look, just pick it back up and place it again. The shape of the stones can change. Placing paths is not just for decorative purposes or grass control. You can actually move slightly faster while walking on a placed path. As long as your barn or coop isn't fully upgraded, you can pull hay out of a silo from the hopper inside and keep it in a chest nearby. It saves you from having to get a second silo by helping you stock up on more hay. You can place grass inside of buildings. It won't really spread, but it can be great for decorating. When you're planting grass, you can put a lightning rod or another object on top of the grass and your animals will never eat it because they can't reach it. The grass will still spread too. I really like to have them under my fences or these hay bales. They look like grass feeders. Planting grass on the 28th day of winter will cause a ton of growth for the first day of spring. If you have a chest with a bunch of things inside, you can push them around. Just do it from an empty inventory slot and use your action button. It does use 1 energy each time though. If you have a fire going on in your fireplace, your chimney will have some smoke coming out. It's the little things like this that I love. One of the dog animations is adorable. As you get closer to the dog, you'll notice that its tail will wag and stop when you get further away. So cute. The secret woods actually have 2 paths that go to where there are 2 more stumps. It's easier to see if you zoom out, but here is where they are. Over at the carpenter's place, Maru actually has a door from her room that goes outside. You can't go in it from the outside unless you are friends with her though. Some of the lockers in the bathhouse have owners, though I have never seen Penny or Abigail in here. If you play a familiar tune on Elliott's piano while he's at home and working on his desk, he'll react like this. Must be his favorite jam. When you have a phone, you can use it to check what Gus has on special that day. The shelves over at JojaMart all have some, odd descriptions. Gross. During the fair, don't forget to head up to near the fountain. Gus has a grill station set up with some survival burgers that are all you can eat. And you get the buff after the fair too. In the fall time, during the 15th to the 28th, hazelnuts can drop from shaking or hitting maple trees. I find it silly I didn't know this until I came across it by accident. Coconuts can drop from the trees in Calico Desert. There are 3 Easter eggs in the title screen over at the E and the leaves in this little corner here. If you hover over an item that is needed in one of your community center bundles, this little button will pulse to indicate that it hasn't been donated yet. Leveling up in a skill will give you full energy the next day, no matter if you passed out or had the exhausted debuff. If you are playing in multiplayer, you can fill your energy up just by sitting in bed. When you are selling items, the sounds that play per category change based on the items that you sold. If you sell something on the 24th of winter, you'll see Santa in the shipping screen. The tea set can be one of the rarest items. You can only receive it as a gift at the Feast of the Winter Star. It is very random, so if you found it, consider yourself extremely lucky. If you decided to raise slimes in the areas that villagers are about, the slimes will talk to them, and people will even talk back. Such pleasant little globs. Just keep them out of the farmhouse if you are married. You can put a sprinkler in the slime hutch to keep your slimes watered without having to disturb them. These slimes will still make those slime balls even if they can't reach the water. If you place fluorine in the slime hutch, slime balls will not appear on them. It can help you control where they end up, especially if you don't have the slime charmer ring yet. On the topic of slimes and the slime charmer ring, you can slay raised slimes, and that will count towards your monster eradication goal. Using the burglar ring while you're on the prismatic jelly or ectoplasm quest can give you double items. Sadly, even though I put it out for a display, it does disappear the day after the quest is over. The burglar ring can also give you double of anything that you find trapped inside of a giant purple slime, like the pink cake. and those other rare items that you'll have access to in the later game. You'll see trains go by from time to time, and they can drop geodes, resources, and even leprechaun shoes if you're lucky. You don't have to rush and be present for the things to drop. Just stop by any time that day and the objects should be just laying around. If there isn't anything, you probably just got a train that didn't have any goods, like a passenger train. The pig at the traveling cart will oink if you click on it, and the camel in Calico Desert will make noises too. You can buy ice cream anytime, not just the summer, by using your horse placed right behind the stand where the umbrella normally is. If you check a trash can in front of Linus on the 15th of winter, you'll gain friendship with him. The quarry mine is long and winding, but if you just want to get back to the entrance really quickly after fighting all those haunted skulls, just click on the Grim Reaper and you'll teleport right back. You can hold down the action button to continue doing what you're doing instead of having to repeatedly click the button. Very helpful for harvesting or chopping trees and mining. I find it especially helpful when harvesting crops in rows of 3. It makes life so much easier. If you hold your seed packets, you can plant your seeds right as you harvest. Harvesting from left to right is, for some reason, faster than any other direction. Upgrading your hoe and watering can can actually expand their reach. You just gotta hold down the tool use button. You can use your hoe to get things out of casks. It makes filling up the cellar completely a little bit more viable. Certain bushes on certain farm maps can be removed with a copper or better axe. While you're chopping trees, you can actually control the direction the trees will fall based on where you are standing. Just stand slightly to the opposite side of the way that you want it to fall. Crows will not attack your seasonal seeds, so no scarecrow required. During winter, digging up any snowy dirt patch outside of the farm or beach has a chance of snow yams or winter root, not just from the artifact spots. Truffles may come from pigs, yes, but they actually benefit from certain foraging professions. Gatherer can give you double, and if you have botanist, no matter how happy or grumpy your pigs are, the truffles will be iridium every time. Oil makers are for more than just truffles. You can make oil with corn, sunflower seeds, or sunflowers. The corn takes 16 hours, seeds take 2 days, and flowers only take 1 hour. Unless the next day is a festival, if you use a rain totem on a lightning stormy day, then the next day will also have lightning. It is a great way to farm some batteries. Lightning can strike your fruit trees, but don't chop it down. These will give you coal for a few days, and then they'll just return to normal. So, even though tomatoes are indeed a fruit, as Demetrius will surely tell you so, the game classifies it as a vegetable, and processing it will make pickles and juice. The quality of your crops make no difference in kegs and preserve jars. Gifting a quality item does make a difference. A liked or loved item of a higher quality has an even higher effect on friendship. If it's something that is loved and iridium on someone's birthday, that's 960 points, which is nearly 4 hearts in one go. You can actually break up with someone that you are dating by taking a bouquet and throwing it in the furnace to make a wilted bouquet. Yeah, I think she gets the hint. You can't plant crops outside of the farm, unless you put down a garden pot and put a tea bush inside. It's the exception. I wonder if Caroline regrets giving me the recipe for this. You can stack your speed boost by eating a speed boosting food and drinking coffee or triple shot espresso. Eating a crab cake in the morning will give you a speed boost that will last nearly the entire day, as long as you don't overwrite the boost by eating another buffing food. Crab cakes will last a little over 16 minutes, and your day is only a little bit over 14 minutes long. The only exception to this is if you are in Skull Cavern, as time runs just a little differently there. Having a horse gets you around a ton faster, and funnily enough, your speed boosts affect the horse too. This rock in the mines can be broken with a steel pickaxe, or you can just use a bomb. If you are looking for more artifacts, you can dig up or use bombs in the dirt in the mines. There are a ton that can be found that way. You can get refined quartz bars from breaking the crystals in the frozen levels of the mines. If you smelt a fire quartz, you'll get 3 refined bars instead of just 1 from a regular quartz. If you are lucky enough to get a treasure level in Skull Cavern, ignore that ladder for a second and try out some of the rocks here. You could very oftentimes find a shaft. Certain weapons have the vampire's effect. That effect will still work if you slay a monster with a bomb, as long as you're holding the sword at the time. And the slingshot can be loaded up with more than just stones or an ammo. You can load up on berries and eggs too. The villagers really don't like it though. So, was there something on this list that you didn't know? Or couldn't believe that you didn't know for a long time? Even I learned a few new things while making this video, and I am not ashamed to admit that. Be sure to let me know in the comments if any of them flabbergasted you. Well friends, I'm Wickedy. Thank you so much for hanging out in the valley with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!